my trick, boss. Yes. Oh my God.
Hey, good morning everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Concrete with the Hosses. Just stopped for some fuel. I'm taking the 306, the hammer, and it is a sad day. We're going to tear out some concrete we poured last year. You'll probably remember the video. It was a huge turnaround. Each pad was about 10 yards. I think we topped out maybe 60 or 70 yards in the turnaround. Unfortunately, the center pad went bad. It failed. The air ratio was off in it. So we negotiated with a combination of people, and we're all pitching in and helping demo it. Please don't ask me too much about who's responsible for it. Things happen, so when things do happen, go bad, I find it best that if everybody just pitches in, the concrete supplier, the builder, as well as myself, we all pitch in a little bit and make the problem go away. Everybody's happier. We could go to court and drag it out that way, but then that costs everybody a lot of money and time as well, which we just don't have the time and the money to spend on it. So a day and a half, we'll have it ripped out and re-poured, and on to our next project. So that's what we have always done, and I will try and always continue to do as long as we get that cooperation with all parties involved. So I'm done fueling. Let's get on the road. Started unchaining the machine. We are here. No wonder my back hurts. They're really not that heavy. Okay. Tom had this working for the township yesterday in the mud. It is filthy. All right, just giving it some grease before I get started. Okay, so now this is all greased. I brought hammer paste for this. I'm going to get a good shot in here and make sure this is good and lubed up. See how dry that sounds? Now that's quite common, but get some grease in there before you start. Here's what it looks like. Hydraulic hammer paste. Well, first of all, here we are. Remember this big turnaround we did? This center pad always looked a little bit different. And you can see just one winter, it's starting to scale. Surface is coming off. So first indication of that is bad air. If it was poured too wet, you'd be seeing chunks real thick coming out, weak concrete the whole way through. This is just surface. So that's what we came up with. Nothing the homeowner did wrong putting de-icers on here, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 pads are all holding up just fine. Just this one center pad. Like I said, there is definitely a difference in the color. So we'll go ahead and replace this. My plan is about 3 feet back away from the doors, I'm just going to bust a center relief right down the whole way through here. I have good access. I don't really want to drive on the concrete on both sides, so I'll just do it all from the middle. I want to relieve that, then I'll start sectioning it out and I can grab them and pick them up and put them in a truck. That's the plan. I'll show a little bit of it, but I think it's going to get quite boring very fast. Just wanted to jump down here and see. It didn't take me very long, just maybe 10 or 15 minutes. I got a 1 foot wide path. I got a nice crack right here and right here. This is pretty loose. That'll come out. I don't want to hammer too close to this. We have no cracks here now. I want to see no cracks there when I'm done. I don't want to see any scratches on the doors. So just go in nice and easy. Now I'll pull this away. Now I'll start my cuts this way. I'll have to do something. Well, we'll see. I don't want to hammer too much up here. I'm hoping I can just grab it and pull that away. We have a crack center right there. I must have a saw cut in the bays. See that? It always wants to crack center right through the floor. If we open that door, you'll see a crack in the center of the floor. I have my cross cuts, my center cut. Now I just need to spin. Rather than sitting on that hillside, I'll just continue this last pad from right up here. Okay, the excavator sent over another truck, so I was able to load it real quick. 2 of my truckloads, and not full. We only put about a pad and a half in each truck, and then he took a pad and a half. There's hardly anything in that truck for its size. Just gave it a quick grade. Everything came out real nice and clean. I don't think I got one single chip anywhere. Nice and clean. We could even reuse this expansion joint. Okay. Chance of rain tomorrow, but hopefully we're here pouring this so we can put this behind us. Talk to you then. Getting ready to pour our slab. I stopped over to get our expansion, wire, rebar, SRT. Now I'm surrounded by mixers. I got here at 6 o'clock. At 10 after, the lot is full. Busy morning, huh? Always. So that's where it all happens. One of these days we're going inside and check it out. Our truck right there getting loaded. So I gotta hurry up and get to the job site and get our material in. Just carried the wire and rebar up. Now we're just getting the expansion in place, all the tools out, 2 sheets extra. We're gonna buggy the concrete right through the grass here, right up these traction mats. That'll keep everything nice and clean on the edge. 2 more and that's it. Whew. Right there, right there. Okay, let's get Tony up here. We'll just stop him right about here. That was 6 yards of concrete. Here is halfway, 5 pads right here halfway. So we're about 2 feet, more like 3 feet past center. A little bit thicker down here. We are not running short. I'll put a big dip in it right here if I have to. We are not running short. Okay, Tony's leaving. George is down the bottom waiting for him to come out. There's no room here. There wasn't one single car here the other day. So, okay, get him out of here. George up. It's Friday. One patio to pour, and I think it'll be an early quit. How's that? 2 o'clock. Okay, while it's quiet here, so we had to redo this. Now, if you've watched our videos for any length of time, you know we don't tear out a lot of concrete. I think this is our second tear out since we started the channel. The first one was my fault. I poured it and it sort of froze, or I pulled the forms too soon. I was an exposed aggregate patio. So we, of course, replaced that. So what I'm getting at is, in the comments, send me your nightmare stories. Share if you want to, and tell us how things went wrong on a certain job that no matter how hard you tried, you just couldn't avoid it. But here, I didn't even know that this was going bad. So if you think the story is relative, send it over in the comments. Okay, we just rolled George up into place, couple spins on the drum for a final mix, and we are going. You can see the concrete is quite soft. Oh, let me show you. So, number 2 truck will do a mix and a blend right in here and get going shortly. Okay, here we go. Rotating the buggies. Rather than come across the concrete with the mixer, chance cracking it, rather than bringing the buggies across the concrete and making a mess, we just went right through the grass. We'll fluff that up, a couple grass cuttings, and it will be fine. Okay, there it is, all poured. Everybody's on cleanup. With those buggies, there's that much more to squirt up, so we get on that right away. Most of our trucks have 2 hoses. The driver takes a hose up top, and we use his hose, hit our stuff. Then we usually hit his chutes for him a little bit too. Wanted to show you just how quick this did go. It is 7:48, so we made pretty good time. We will have this done in the next hour and a half. Concrete's still wet, but it's firming up. So it's very hot and muggy today. A lot of overcast. So we're going to be out here pretty quick. Back to making money, hopefully, or at least break even. These jobs are, you just hate them when they come your way. So you just do what you can, get through it. You got to answer that phone call. You got to stand behind your work. You got to keep your reputation going as best you can. And I mean, right here, we are not perfect. Things happen, but how you handle it, I think, tells who you are. So hopefully this says something to everybody out there and the viewers, that we just work together, make the problems go away, and pushing forward. Okay, there we go. Edged, working on tool cuts, just connecting. We strung these through the first time, so they're, well, pretty straight. No, they're straight. So this is the end of truck 1. They might be able to get this last cut in. letting the concrete get a little bit tighter before we touch. Too wet. Truck 1. You don't want it sticking to your fingers. Right like that. Perfect. Give it another minute, we'll hit it. Last cut. Nice long strokes. Short and choppy strokes, you get that all like waving in there. Nice, as far as you can reach, like you're putting on a long sleeve shirt. And right on cue. Concrete is ready. Nice and flat.
Here, you can have it. You want to say it? You say it, Steve.
Okay. That's really all you want to rub it. Just over and back 2 or 3 times. Rub it too much, it weakens the top. I say that quite often, and it is true. Making sure our corners are nice and full. Okay, here it comes. You ready? Grab a sip of coffee. We'll be right back. That's what we want, a nice soft broom. You can see how it doesn't tear the concrete open. Just a nice texture. One pad done, 4 to go. And final broom. So Emily, Donna, and the girls just went to the silos, Chip and Joanna Gaines's. Emily wrote in their guest book, and Joanna Gaines replied. I said, "Oh, did you tell them about our YouTube channel and invite Chip?" She said, "No, Dad." I'm like, why not? Chip would love it.
I saw Chip stamp a patio one time.
Yeah, there you go. So Chip, if you're watching, you are welcome. Joanna too. Okay, so the final step, they edged it, they took care of the joints. Now we just use our joiner on the stick and take care of the middles. Before I run off, I'll close this video out. SRT from ChemMaster, everything's sealed. That's what we did on the original. That's what we did on the repair. So this will be dry enough to walk on in about 2 or 3 hours. Sun's starting to come out, it's very warm. No driving a car on it for 8 days. Oh, I just ran up the hill. Anything bigger than a car, 28 days. So leave a couple orange cones. We don't want delivery guys pulling up and pulling on it. They didn't know. All right, let's go pour a patio. Try and make a buck. This video goes out to Hyper Light. We're up here at Tom's Sport Court, and we have these corner posts. These are 8 feet tall, and we need to get lighting on here. So I reached out to Hyper Light. They supplied us with lights in his garage, as well as in the hockey room downstairs. So Tom made a couple 5-foot steel poles to go up on top of here, and we're going to broadcast light onto the court. Kind of thought if we put them right here, now they're too low, they'd be shining right in your eyes as you're shooting hoops or shooting a goal. So we're going to go ahead and put the extenders on the posts, and since these are metal extenders, we're going to put in lightning rod protection, ground rod for lightning protection. So I'm just working on that now. I wanted to put a ground rod on each one and run a copper line to it. Some people are saying it's not necessary. lights around the highway. Every single one of them has a ground rod. Why not put it in? That way we're not relying on the ground wire going to the breaker box to protect it all. So hopefully, if it gets struck by lightning, it'll go right through the ground rod, and nothing will ever make it into the house and fry the circuits in the house. I'll show you the lights. This is the light from Hyperlight, LED floodlight. It's a Mars series. So as you can see, it's a 200 watt, 24,000 lumens, and I'm not even sure what CCT is, but it has 5,000 K, 5,000. So it's a real good heavy duty light. Looks like a stadium light, huh? Isn't that nice? Nice and thin. So we're going to get these mounted. Nice heavy duty bracket on it. So let's go finish the ground rods. I'm anxious to get these things wired up. Okay, these ground rods are 8 foot long. I just have to catch my breath. This worked really good. My post hole setter, post pounder it's called, that worked really good down to the last 24 inches. Now I want to get this below ground. I don't want any of the kids tripping on it or the lawnmower hitting it. So I want to get it down. And you can see I only have about 5 inches to go. But I am sledging on this now, and it's just not moving. So I'm going to try it a little bit more, see if I can't get it down. If not, I think I might just have to cut 6 inches off of here. And we won't tell anybody about that. But I'll give it a couple more whacks now that I caught my breath, and see if I can't get it down in there. Okay, I'm down to the last 2 inches. It's starting to bend the rod now. It's not going in anymore, but it's really starting to bend it, and it's just getting kicked back through the sledgehammer and hurting my hands. So I think I put the clamp on just in case I couldn't get it off because of the mushroom, but it's okay. I'll clamp it right here. I'm going to just snip this top off. 3 inches. It was going in, but now it's starting to get a little kink in it. It's just bouncing. So 7.5 feet, 7 3/4 is going to have to do it. So my wire's clamped on. I brought it up through and bent it down. Up through and bent it down. That way it can never come out, and that is tight. Nothing's coming loose. Now I'll bring the wire up, maybe right up this corner. This one's ready for the top. So I just ran my copper line up to the top, plus a little, cut it. Moving over here, this one should be a piece of cake. Okay, there's our first post done. Right through a diagonal hole, up through the post at the top. So Jim and I are gonna do this one. I'm not gonna film every single one. Can you hand me that wire, Jim? So here's my diagonal hole, coming right up through the top. Voila. Now we'll take enough to go up through the post, and we'll screw that post on there. Oh my gosh, what a great day. I don't even mind not pouring concrete today. This is gorgeous. Okay, you got the pole.
I got the drill, I got some screws.
You got everything. What do you even need me for? Just another set of hands, huh? You don't have to go up that high. Look, it's coming out the hole. Who would have thought?
You couldn't have planned that.
No. That's how good we are, huh?
Okay. Now the wires on this side, you want your whole one on that side?
Make the holes 45 so that I don't drill the lag in there. That looks pretty nice there. Pretty good. And okay. Like that? I like it. Now with the extra wire, I'm going to take and wrap it all the way around this base. Connected to a lug, and then I took the excess and I just wrapped it around this pole rather than just cut it off. It's pretty high.
Did I pull too much from?
No, I can still see it up there. You're good. All right. Right down the pole. Nice and flat. All right, 2 more to go. Going up the ladders. Pretty sturdy.
Am I calling up?
No, you hand that to me.
Okay.
I'll pass the camera on to you.
Switch.
Switch. So we started the bracket. I want this to go right in that hole. So I think that is a nice height right there. Oh, that's perfect, Jim. Snugging them up. We can always double those nuts up too. Pretty sturdy.
Tighten up.
Yeah. And then these are adjustable here. Through the hole, up through the top. Very simple connection. I'm using waterproofed wire nuts. I figure there's going to be condensation in here inside this post. We're outside, but still go with the waterproof. Okay, everything's all connected. I can just tuck down in the post. Screw the cap on. Okay. Easy hookup. Easy. 1, 2, 3 more to go. The other day, that helicopter has a trimmer hanging down from it, trimming the trees by the power lines. I've never seen anything like that. Maybe he'll come back. Okay, I got it. Here's the helicopter with the chainsaw on it. Trimming for power lines. Isn't that crazy? Maybe he just came back to let us see it again. That is so funny. I would love to see that thing cut. That's amazing. Tonight is the night. We'll light these. Everything is hooked up down to the bottom. We need to get a plug for that. That one's done. That one's done. This goes to a plug, to a switch. Pickleball tonight. Voila! And there are the lights. Man, this is awesome. Get the hockey sticks. Let's go.
I'll go grab mine.
Okay. I hope I can keep up. I hope I can stay awake. Okay, here are the hyper lights all hooked up. Working great. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lights up the whole court. There's our pickleball net, basketball, hockey. Look, the boys got it all up here. I'm jealous. Okay, let's get some game started. Tell me that trick again, real.
I'll make it even harder.
Oh, catch it. Ah.
I can't. I'll try it
All right, Austin, you hit that cup. That was really close.
Oh,
You guys are good. Wow.
where's the basketball? I got my Air Jordans on and I'm wet.
Air Jordans. You got a nice shot. Okay, so that is it for our Hyperlight video. Thank you very much. If you need lights, Hyperlight. We are going to enjoy these. Did you get hurt already?
Nope. I got it. I'm never gonna get hurt.
A long time.